So you are suggesting that one of the reasons people might drink is to mask their inability to regulate their emotions or to sit with their emotions. So rather than allow this feeling to come up, I'm feeling anxious or something, and if I reach for a drink, it's going to quell that. So is it, because the other thing can happen too is that when you drink alcohol, you can become disinhibited and then suppressed emotions can surface. So
Absolutely.
it's like a double-edged sword in that way.
Absolutely. And which emotions come up? So anxiety, hands down, is the number one I see in my work. I see anxiety in a lot of cases behind addictions, self-regulating anxiety. And so if you drink a drug like, if you drink alcohol, a drug which in essence is a suppressant, yeah? So it suppresses the nervous system. So right now my amygdala, that little tiny part of my limbic system, and a limbic system is something broader we can talk about in a second, but that little part of my brain gets suppressed. And that's good stuff because now I don't feel anxious. But not too far from the amygdala, we have the nucleus accumbens, the dopamine, the pleasure center, releasing all that dopamine. And now I'm also not only not feeling anxious, I'm feeling quite good. But the suppressant effects, they also, in dose-dependent manner, the more I drink, will suppress other parts of my brain. So now I have the frontal lobe being suppressed. And the frontal lobe is this inner critic, if you might say, that will tell me, don't stand naked, stand on the table and dance naked in the party. That's kind of embarrassing. But now I feel less inhibited, and I'm more likely to do these things. As I keep drinking, the alcohol will affect other brain parts, like the cerebellum, the little brain in the back, that is responsible for movement, hence we stagger, or the speech center, hence we slur, right? So yes, in a dose-dependent manner, you can actually eventually drop your guards to the point that you're being emotionally flooded. And Australia is one of those cultures that I observe it a lot, that in order for men to connect, what's the first thing they do next to the barbecue? They have a drink. And when they want to get emotional, they drink heavily. It's like that disowned vulnerability. They don't like to be vulnerable because maybe dad said, don't cry like a girl. It's a sentence a lot of boys get to hear.
Alcohol's just a toxin, and if it was invented today, there'd be no way it would be legal, right? Because it does, as you know, 90% of the damage of all the intoxicants, compared to all the other drugs put together. Alcohol's the number one.
Number one, and it's a neurotoxin, and it's nasty. Yeah. It really is. It's nasty. Yeah. And the other part of it is that the alcohol suppresses the nervous system, but the rebound effect is an aggravation of activity in the nervous system. So now you suppressed your anxiety last night, but good luck to you in the morning because it's coming back with vengeance.